y'all? This your girl Tae Marie, and I'm back on this thing. Welcome to Soul Food Podcast. Welcome. Get on in here. Okay, so I'm gonna get straight into it. This is episode 28, and I'm calling this Healing versus Justice. Okay, and this is kind of what I already wanted to talk about, but let's get into this. I'm not even gonna ruin all of this. The question that I have is, how can understanding atonement empower Black and Brown communities in their quest for healing and justice? And I'm first gonna sit here and say that I am not the know-it-all person, okay? But I am obviously a brown person, and I am a part of the Black community where we learned about it, we spoke about it. It's very much out there. I'm a part of a generation where there was a moment of time where we had to actually read books to learn. And I also grew up in the generation where we first seen phones hit the sales floor. We seen the flip phones. We had the sidekicks. We had all of that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we was on social media, we still had restrictions with these electronics, to the point where I feel like I can restrict myself. I know how to live life without it. It's helpful, but I know how to live life without it. And I just feel like, I'm saying all of that to say that, before I seen what social media had to put on the platter, I experienced things and seen things for myself. I had people that I knew that told me stories, and my attention span wasn't just for 1 minute. I sat back and listened to stories repeatedly for years about the things that my people went through when it came to our people. And bringing back the word atonement and understanding that this word means to give amends to the people of their wrongdoings or injury. I feel like when it comes to us as a community healing from that, is that we have to admit to the trauma that we face. The first thing I'm hearing is we have to admit that, yes, there is a lot of us dying. There is a lot of us not getting justice. There are a lot of us that have seen people that have been locked up for years, and then to come out and find out that they were never guilty. There's circumstances like that. The only way that we can truly heal is if we come together and build our own. Come together and become a community. Like, we have moments where we cool and stuff like that, but there's also moments that are very sad and need to be talked about and need to stop being swept under the rug. Like, for real. It's time to talk about it. It's time to talk about why that certain uncle can't come to the family functions. Why you block your kids from him. There needs to be stuff talked about. There needs to be understanding that you don't go around this one side of the family because their grandfather don't even know that they exist for real. Because if they found out that they are half whatever, he gonna disown you from the family. Real stories. Things happen like that. It needs to be talked about before it becomes something that's worse than what it is. So yeah, like it's a lot of unraveling that people don't want to unravel. Because there's a lot of truth that people don't want to face, you know? I had 2 friends that I known in my lifetime that were biracial. Both dealt with some type of racism in their upbringing. From either falsifying that they are just white to being hidden and then being found out and watching their parent being disowned by their parents and slowly getting bitter. Because, I don't know, maybe they felt like they did something wrong. Especially whatever the circumstance could be. Well, maybe not, too. But I know the stories. I seen it, I heard it, and been like, damn, like that, excuse my language, but that's messed up. It's a lot of healing that has to take place in the Black and brown community. It's a lot of trauma, a lot of separation, a lot of how to pretend to be this so I could survive. Can't go without my wig on, or they gonna know that I got black in me. It's a lot. But to go to the notes, the first thing that it is atonement as a pathway to healing. Atonement involves acknowledging past injustices and wrongdoings, which can serve as a foundation for healing within communities that have faced systematic challenges. Boom. I just said that. Yeah. And then I wrote down to tell the story of the Black experience as a whole that I can explain. And all I can say is this. So the first time I ever remember hearing anything about racism was in the 4th grade. Mind you, my teacher is a Caucasian lady. White, but Caucasian. And, she's reading us Emmett Till. And I remember a Chicago boy going down to Mississippi to visit his family. He was at the market with his cousins and his friends. He seen a white girl. He whistled at her. She told some guys about it that she knew. And all I know is at night, they kidnapped him. They cut and they hung him on some barbed wire. And his mama opened that casket and let everybody see what they did to her son. And I remember asking my teacher, and they felt like that was right. And her saying, no, that wasn't right. But it's just blowing my mind though, lady. that you reading this, though. You reading this to, how old are you in the 4th grade? Like 9? You reading this to a classroom with many black children in here. Off of a whistle, my boy deserved that. That's what he deserved. This is what we're digesting as 9-year-olds. Are you serious? It's just like, it's a lot of healing. It's a lot of trauma that our community has heard, dealt with, seen. And we looked at as the bad guys. Like, it's like, the boy just whistled at her, though. Like, I mean, he whistled. And this is, like, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. And, you know, from hearing that at 4th grade, and now my eyes are open at a certain perspective. Now I'm asking my grandpa, you know, my great grandfather, like, where'd you come from? He's from Mississippi, you know, and he done shared stories with me and told me about his journey and how he is where he was. And that's a lot. And I thank him. Because that's a lot. That's a lot to battle. Hosed down. Like, can you imagine hearing that your kids get hosed down? Hosed down? We would be going off. Hosing my kids. It's the things that we deal with. Like I'm thinking about this one video. Oh, it blew me. It was some kids at the Family Dollar or something. And I forgot what was going on. Something, and the kids went back with their mom saying that they dashikis was costumes or something like that. And I'm thinking about what the mom said, like, you know that these ain't no costumes, like, stop playing with me. But that thing besides it being funny and the reason why her mom had to stand 10 toes down about them dashikis is because at the end of the day, lady, these dashikis bring back to them. Don't you ever make my child feel insecure about rocking a dashiki. You don't know nothing about no dashiki, bruh. Don't put your opinion on my kids when I'm trying to teach them about them. And that's another thing. Feeling some type of way about our own culture. When did FUBU and all that stop being cool? I mean, for real though. Like, I know people like FUBU, Fat Farm, Baby Fat, but these is all made by black people, y'all. And we used to rock that ish like fashion. I remember y'all in 2001 rocking the Sean Johns and the all that. Remember? Y'all Jabot. No, I'm just like, but I'm just saying, like, when did that really become like not it? When did not rocking our own brands from our own people come uncool? Like, for real. Like, when did, like, it's just like, if it's just about, oh, because it ain't Gucci. But who did Gucci get that from? Oh, it ain't Balenciaga. Well, let's talk about Balenciaga. Like, but I mean, it's just like, all I'm hearing is not a lot of supporting, a lot of excuses, a lot of it ain't that though, or I see them trying, or I can't deal with black business, which we gotta talk about that too. Like, it's just a lot of things where it's just like, I feel like our community, like, wait, just want to get better. We better, we got money. But when that money gone, what you got? Come on, we not about to be like the people that made us feel bad all our lives. We see how money done made them. That's obviously not the way. That's the way they made us feel for all these years. Money. No, it's love. The thing that has us in atonement. Like I said last time. Our generations, we ain't never done erased nothing. We have never done nothing. We are beautiful people. And they know how we so great, even our anger gets great. And it could get destructive. That's how great it is. But we have boundaries. We have grace in ourselves. We so powerful. And I'm sorry to toot our horn, but I'm sorry. Like, I watched this from that 9-year-old girl to this 30-year-old woman. I done seen what it is. I done seen how people done treated black people. I done been treated like that. This one man told me, I was handing him some money. He said, put the paper on there. I don't want to touch you. I done dealt with things like that. I had a white man tell me that I was only going to be good for laying on my back. And to be funny, I told him, well, you better get your grandson because he want to make some babies with me. And he over here looking at him and he like, she is cute though. Yeah! Talking about all my life. Y'all know I'm being silly, but for real though. I'm sorry if anybody get offended. That's not a part of this community, but for real. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the fact that my people have been treated like ish because of the color of their skin and where they come from, because they can't talk like you talk, because their name is Ashakwana or whatever, and you feel like she dumb because her mama named her that. You don't even know what was going on. Her mama was trying to say Shaquanice or something like that, but she was so hyped up on the trauma that had her that they couldn't clearly hear the girl name. So now she got this name. I don't know. I'm just talking mess, but that's maybe somebody's story. And while you over here talking down on her and judging her off of her long name, can't pronounce it name, can't deal with her because she come from down the way, but she's smart. And she's smarter than your whole lineup. You won't give her a chance. You don't want to deal with Antoine because he dark skinned, and you know how dark skinned boys are. They rough, they this. You can't tell them nothing. Don't even know that he ain't even like that. And you was the last straw. Now he about to go out there and act like that because you ain't the first person he done heard that from. You ain't the first person that projected on his life. Last week somebody told him since he dark skinned he gonna end up in jail before he even 15. You done already told this boy his life, and he a boy. He want to be a doctor. He want to travel the world. He want to do what they doing online. He want to break down the computer and rebuild it back up. That's what he wanted to do. But since you just already know or whatever, I don't know, man. Like, I'm tired of that. I recently seen the girl that that this little girl, something happened to her when she was at school. I don't want to get deep into it. I don't want to talk too deep about it. But she was traumatized when I seen her. That baby was traumatized. And again, y'all, pay attention to y'all kids, man. Like, I don't know. I don't even want to touch into that because it's heavy. But it's just like, I really pray that wherever she's at, she is protected. And I want the people around her to understand what protection that she needs. This is heavy. And you can't think about yourself in this one. You got to protect the people that are healing from trauma like that. Trauma, period. You know? Like, that's why my heart goes out to so many people, because we don't know what we dealt with. And just because we dealt with one thing doesn't mean that somebody else's dealings is better than the other. Yeah, I hear J. Cole's no such thing as a life that's better than yours, because it's not. You don't know what people deal with in their life, and because it's not supposed to, it's not. It's not always meant for you to know everything about somebody, but when you get a little glimpse, just show love, man. Just show love. Like, I feel like hold on. Let me get on this next one. Inspiring resilience and hope for the future. By embracing the lessons of atonement, individuals and communities can cultivate resilience, allowing them to rise above adversity and strive for a better future. And what I wrote, a part of that was, for years, we have been looked at as the bad guys and treated like the underdogs. And I feel like Black and brown communities need to know when to walk away and take time for themselves. So that they can build and get around like-minded people to start a community and materialize that community to be great for this generation and continue generations. Stop flexing and start impressing yourself. And I highlighted that because I remember that. I think that's where I mentally was that day. But yeah, stop flexing and impress yourself. And I feel like, and this little girl said it on my Instagram. Ooh, y'all, I'm on the cleanse from social media right now. I can't do it, but if I could find her, it's on my page. And she was just saying, like, how the Black community feels robbed. And we do. Like I said, run that land and that mule. You know? I was just talking to somebody in my family about some land that we had. And how supposedly it was too many names or something. But it's just like, nah, bro. Run was right. It was too many lies. It's too many hands in the pot. That's what it was. But people want to get lazy. People want to just, oh, well, they was. No. And that's why people want to destroy books and throw away history. You can't you can't throw away these people. It's gonna, man, look. But I'm just saying, like, it's just time to make our own. It's time to just get up and create your own. If you can buy a plot of land and get a whole bunch of it, do what's right and build a compound with your family or a little town, and eventually buy more around it. We don't need to live in a system anymore where we are the monsters. We need to come together. We need to tell the truth and come together. We need to stop glorifying money, and we need to show more love. Like all that, oh, I don't even support the black people because then black people, you need a suggestion box and listen to your customers and get to it. That's what it sounds like to me. Get a suggestion box. But at the same time, if you feel that way, then don't complain when you in other places and they don't want you there. They're in neighborhoods that's following you as soon as you leave the store. You know? Stop trying to rob the next person just so you can get up to the top. Ain't nothing up there but loneliness sometimes. Snakes, robbers, thieves, killers. Shoot. Humble yourself. What do you want? I want some land. I want to make sure my people good. I want some stock with my kids and they good and they growing, and to make sure when I leave, they like, my mama love me because I got all this land and I got this money and we good and my kids good. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't got to work no job. I can be at home with my wife, my blah, 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 because my mama did what she had to do when she was here. That's all I want to hear. And I'll be a happy old lady. Like, yep, I sure did what I had to do. Did what I had to do, baby. That's all I want to say. I did what I had to do and play with my grandkids. Shoot, I ain't trying to work when I'm old. Trying to sit my mama down. Shoot. But she still got some, you know what I'm saying, some life in her. Sit down, girl. You working too hard. Shoot, I don't even want to work this hard. Sit down for a minute. That's what I want. You know, and I ain't trying to flex on nobody. I want that all for everybody. When I was just out in the cabins, I seen it and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. All that land and beautiful house and little houses around the house and it looked good. And I want it. I want to own some businesses too. Don't knock me. I want to do good out here too. But at the same time, I'm tired of playing safe. I'm tired of playing tiptoe with these 9 to 5s. I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be in here. I love y'all. You help me pay these bills, but I don't want to be in here. I feel like I'm wasting time. Real talk. We should have got done with this from the last generation. So, viewer question of the week is, in what ways do you see the principles of atonement influencing healing and justice efforts in the community? And I put, if atonement means to give amends to the people that have wrongly done things to our community, then that means we need to forgive the past and talk about what we want to see in the future. And once we start seeing what we can do in the future, we can start working out the things that hurt us in the past so we can get to the point of creating new. Period. That was a lot, but I seen it all when I read it. And what I seen was we need to forgive the past. We do. But what part of the past? What did I say? Didn't talk about what we want in the future. Okay, let me see. What do I want? What do I want for black people in the future? First of all, let me just give black people their flowers, because I will give it this. This is another funny video that I stole from my brother page. But this dude was like, I remember when our grandpas used to say some silly ish, talking about some, where we gonna get that money from? And they really used to say that. My grandma used to kill me with that. Where we gonna get that money from? We gonna hustle, grandma. What you talking about? All these big roofs in here, girl. You want me to put up a little table in front of the yard? I'll sell these candy. Something. I was just with my cousin down in Cincinnati. We riding with her. She got the kids with tables. I'm watching these kids set up these tables, bro. They setting up the table. Boop, 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 boop. Got their signs out. Candy. Drinks. It was a hot day. With their chairs posted with the phones. Selling candy at the corner of the street. Drove the boys farther away. Did the same thing. Selling candy. You know? It's just like stuff like that. Just teaching our kids simple things to make money. You know, getting away, forgiving our parents for having us in poverty. Them not getting a chance to really do what they needed to do. But also that come back to learning your history. Again, like, it's just like, I don't know if I said it. Nope, I was watching Tim Ross, The Basement. It was an episode with his wife, and they were doing like an anniversary episode of their anniversary. And they were talking to their marriage friends, the Reeds, and they were talking about Mr. Reed. I can't think of his name, but Mr. Reed was talking about how his wife married the little boy in him and not the grown man that she was seeing, because he still had a lot of unhealed things going on with him, you know. And I feel like the vibe sometimes, I'm sorry if I'm saying it right, but if you get me, you hear me. When it comes to even like people that been on drugs, you know, I remember this one lady when I was real young. That was the first time I seen somebody that was like, I don't know if she was getting clean, but I know that she was on drugs. Like, she was one of our friends in the neighborhood's mom. And, you know, one thing that she was always acting young, and like, she was always high energy, you know what I'm saying? And like, in a way, kind of knew that she kind of still was trying to kick it with the people she been around, which also is kind of like, you could see that she wanna, like, it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes she would be around us, like she still wanted to learn, like she still wanted to, but you know what, because of her circumstance and how it looked, you could also tell like she kind of kept herself away. And then it brought her back to the same groups and the same patterns that she wanted to do. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not, I'm not saying that's all people that have been on drugs, but just some people that I've seen that's been on drugs that I just happen to see. Like, it still feels like they're still in that youthful part of them. Where sometimes if you get that glimpse of them trying to get out of that, it's kind of like it's a battle within themselves, because it's like they know they in this state, they know that they done messed up, they know, and they want a way out, they want to find a way, they want to be a part, they can whatever. But it's hard to, that's something that you got to get through. It's so hard to explain. Okay, sorry, my phone was getting hot, but I really wanted to finish this off. I just feel like we have to find spaces where we have to stop judging. We have to stop judging each other in our community, because there's so many layers in our community. And there's so many outside individuals within those layers that don't understand the position it is. It's literally a battle of, I have to keep my head up. I have to keep my head up. Even when I walk out my door, there's going to be millions of people trying to keep it down, who don't want to see my head held high, who don't want to see me. They didn't, come on. They didn't want Harriet Tubman finding that way and leading those people up to, where was it, Maryland? They didn't want Martin Luther King still to this day saying how he had a dream to see us equal. Now they got him on AI acting a fool. You know what I mean? They didn't want to see greatness in us. They didn't want Rosa Parks to sit in that seat. They wanted her to get up out that seat. And she said, no, I'm tired. And we all are tired, but we gotta come together. We can't keep complaining about something, but we won't come together. It does not make sense. We have to come together. We have to see why us being together is so important. Take it to Target. The people that did not shop at Target no more made a big difference because they lost $1 billion, not 1,000, not 100, $1 billion. They lost stockholders because we didn't want to mess with them no more. You see how powerful you are? That's all I want to say. For real. We are powerful. And for years and generations and ongoing, we done dealt with our people not knowing that because they didn't felt that for years and for generations. Our people have felt that in a personal way versus social media where random people are just trolling all day. Our people got picked on, pushed down, hosed down, stalked. Doors probably got knocked down. Called the police. Ain't nobody come. Ain't nobody do nothing. We tell people about it. Oh, well, that's because you from the hood. That's a bad neighborhood. Oh, well, ain't your so-and-so doing so-and-so? Oh, well, they probably thought you were stealing. You know you're black. So I can't have no peace, is what you're telling me. I have never done nothing in my life, and I'm already a criminal. People that know me in my community know I'm sweet as pie, but since to you I got dark skin, I'm the devil. I told you not to touch my hair, now you offended. And I don't see what the big problem is. Because, Becky, I ain't trying to rub in your hair. Why are you trying to touch my hair? Why are you asking me, is this a weave? I get the curiosity, but what is the curiosity? I'm just saying, it's just these are the things that we gotta get over. It's just it's like, dang. But if we had our own, it wouldn't be a problem because there would not be no question. If we actually stood together and came together and held it down and bought land and did everything that we had to do and let our money grow and flourish and had our own banks and all that other stuff, we would be doing fine. We would have many of things going on for ourselves. We would have beautiful schools. We would have so much going on because guess what? We know that auntie, that good grandma, that sweet, you know what I'm saying? We know, y'all. We just need our own. And we got to start being serious and build it. Stop building stuff out of selfish reasons. It's kids out here that are getting traumatized and stuff. And we need a community that's true. And we need a community that's true, safe, and wants good. And we gonna continue to do that. So that's all I gotta say, y'all. That's all I gotta say. I hope you guys like They Get Them Hip to Some Soul Food. I'm sorry for the change and stuff, but like I said, my phone got hot, so here we are. But truly, just lift up your brothers, man. Like, if you are somebody, even if you're not, if you are somebody that's white, please don't take offense to what I'm saying. Like, that's another thing. I really don't want to offend. If I offend, I'm sorry. But again, I am a black person, and I just want to stand up for what's right. I don't feel like it's right that I've seen people of my same skin color, no matter the circumstance, being humiliated by the things, like, no matter what their business is, we still get to sit there and watch. We sit there and see somebody get their neck stumped on. I mean, it's not stumped on, but, their knee on somebody's neck, letting them be unconscious and die on TV. Like, Sandra Bland went to jail and nobody truly knows what happened to her. And if it is true, they put her on TV like that. I'm just saying, y'all. I shouldn't even have to be convincing, and I don't want to convince, because what is there? There's nothing to convince. So I just feel like the healing part is that we got to heal with each other, and we can't let nobody get in the way of that healing. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna give to a black business, give to a black business, period. Know that they're probably doing it by themselves, and they're exhausted and they're tired. Black people, put suggestion boxes in your business, so when people walk in, they can tell you how they feel. And don't take so much offense to it. Laugh at it, but also take it to consideration. Maybe I should open up at 8, or maybe I should, start a cooking class at a certain time to teach my people voluntarily. And then also, if they're doing good, I'll give them a job. You know what I'm saying? Help out, do something to build the community. Help each other. That's love. And it ain't always got to be for a price, man. Just show some love. Okay, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And